everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Janet and I have lost over 100 pounds following the ketogenic diet. On my channel you will find a variety of things to help you on your weight loss journey, so please consider hitting that red subscribe button. We would love to have you join the family here. To all of my returning subscribers, thank you so much for being here and welcome back. In today's video I am going to be once again making something pumpkin. I love pumpkin spice season, so that is what I'm going to be kind of concentrating on with these recipes that I am sharing with you. So today's video I am going to be making a pumpkin cheesecake. So it's going to be a little bit different than your traditional cheesecake. I am using a different bottom layer for the bottom of the cheesecake, but it is still going to be very, very tasty. So if that's what you're interested in, then keep on watching. Before we get into making our pumpkin cheesecake, I just want to go over today's sponsor, and today's sponsor is Depology. Thank you so much for collabing with me. I am thrilled to have this partnership. I have been looking for something to work with my dry, sensitive skin, and I think this is going to be just what I needed. I am getting older, however, I still want to keep looking young. So we are going to review the products that were sent to me from Depology. We are going to go over some retinol night cream, also some collagen boosting serum, as well as some infused microderp patches. Now, first of all, I am going to go over this retinol night cream. This has amazing texture. It is nice and thick. It will be improving this texture, deep wrinkles, and age spots. I also love that it comes with its little spoon as well, so you don't have to put your finger in there directly. Next, we are going over the Matrix Cell Collagen Boosting Serum. This is exactly what I needed for my skin. It targets and slows down wrinkle formation while producing collagen, making the skin nice and soft. So my skin is dry and sensitive, and this works perfectly for my skin. Next is some Deep Care and Serum Infused Micro Dark Patches. These are amazing and absolutely does wonders to the under eyes. We are going to put on our serum. It is imperative that you put on the serum before you put on your micro dark patches. The serum core ingredients formed by two peptides that work together to restore and maintain skin's youthful appearance, reduce signs of aging, and also increases collagen production while deeply nourishing and hydrating the skin. Next, we are going to move on and we are going to put on our micro dart patches. Now, these I absolutely loved. Micro darts are infused with 30 milligrams of potent yet kind ingredients to combat dark circles and puffiness. With 1,000 micro darts per patch, the patches can provide a more effective area coverage. Then remove the patches after a couple hours, and then I applied the anti-aging retinol night cream. This will improve skin texture, deep wrinkles, and age spots. This is a perfect night routine. Once again, thank you to Depology. I am so thrilled to be using your products. Now, let's get into making our pumpkin cheesecake. Like mentioned, I am going to be using something different for the crust, and I'm going to be using Catalina Crunch, and I am going to put this through a food processor in order to make it kind of fine, and we are going to mixing it with some melted butter in order to make the crust. So that is what is going to be different. It's very hard for me to have a crust for a cheesecake because I am allergic to nuts, but this will be perfect. So let's get started. So I have my food processor right here, and as you can see, I already put a little bit in because I did make another recipe which was a pumpkin parfait. So I will have that recipe linked up for you in the cards if you do want to go and see that recipe. It turned out so good. However, I do have a little bit of the Catalina Crunch with the butter that I used for the parfait. So I thought that I would use up the rest of that. And then I'm just going to add a little bit more of the Catalina Crunch in here. And then we are going to mix it up until it is a little bit finer. All right, that is all well mixed up. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to put it in a small mixing bowl, and I'm going to mix it with a little bit more of melted butter. As you can see, I just took probably about, I would say, 2 tablespoons of butter and melted it, and I think that's going to be perfect. We don't want to add a ton of butter we just want something that's gonna kind of hold together for the crust. Like I said, if you can make yourself a different sort of crust and you're not allergic to nuts or almond flour, please do so. I know that there is a few recipes. One is a pumpkin or a pecan crust, I believe. So this is just an option if you do want to stay away from any sort of nut flours. This Catalina Crunch works absolutely perfect. Honestly, I am just going to be using this exact bowl for my cheesecake because I'm only making a small portion. If you were making a large size cheesecake, then you would use a cheesecake spring pan. However, I am not. It's just myself that is going to be eating this, so I try to adapt the measurements and sizing just for myself. Obviously, if your whole family is eating low carb, or you just want to cut down on the sugar or what have you, feel free to cook a large size of it. So I'm just going to actually get a glove, and I'm going to really press this down so it's nice and packed in there. We are just going to put this in the fridge now, and let's prepare our filling. So first thing is that we need to take 1 cup of heavy whipping cream, and we need to just beat that until there is stiff peaks. After that is all done and we have the stiff peaks, I'm then going to take it out of here, wash this, because then we will need to whip up our cream cheese, but we need to do it separately. So I am going to whip up the whipping cream first, and we will need 1 cup of heavy whipping cream. And then we are going to whip that all up until it is nice and has stiff peaks. Okay, I am going to transfer all of this into another bowl, and then I'm going to put it in the fridge so that it stays chilled. All right, next we are going to make our second little batch, and that's going to include our cream cheese. So I just realized when I made all of that whipped cream that I'm actually not making a full recipe. I'm going to be doing about 1/4 of the recipe, just because, once again, it's for myself. But please adjust the recipe. I will have it linked below. Make sure that you make the adjustments according to you and however many is in your family. So I put about 4 ounces of cream cheese in there. Then I am going to put in about 1/4 of a cup of pumpkin puree. You're gonna wanna make sure that this is pure pumpkin, not pumpkin pie filling. We want the puree, the pure pumpkin. Then I am putting in 1/4 of a cup of powdered swerve. So this is the confectioner's serve, and I am going to put in 1/4 of a cup of that. Then I am going to actually give this a good stir and make sure that everything is well combined before we add our last few spices. So I decided that I'm going to add in a splash of heavy whipping cream right into this as well. Not very much, maybe about 1/2 of a tablespoon, a teaspoon. Not very much at all, but just a little bit of liquid and something to make it a little bit more fluffy. Then I am going to add in a half of a package of Keto Pumpkin Spice Caramel. You don't need to add this in, but I like it for the extra flavor. Gives really good flavor, adds protein as well to your cheesecake, and it just tastes really, really good. Then we are going to add a dash of vanilla, and then I am also going to add a little shake of nutmeg, and that will give it all of the pumpkin flavoring, and then the smells are gonna be so, so good. All right, let's mix this all together. All right, I think that is all really well combined. Now what we are going to do is we are gonna mix it in with our whipped cream that we've already previously made. All right, so we are going to take a little bit at a time with the heavy whipping cream, and we're just gonna fold it into the mixture gently. We are not going to stir. We're just gonna fold it in gently until everything is well combined. Now, I'm not going to use all of this whipped cream because, like I'd mentioned, I did make enough for the whole entire recipe. So I'm just going to use about 1/4 of the amount of the heavy whipping cream for this recipe. Be good. I'm just going to continue to fold this together to make sure that everything is combined. All right, I think everything is pretty well combined here. I don't want to over stir it. So let's get our graham wafer crumbs for the bottom, and then we will top it with our filling. All right, here is our bottom, and we are just going to kind of plop this everywhere so that we can kind of get it evenly along the bottom. Make sure that it's all packed in there as well so it all stays together. This smells so good. So this is our completed pumpkin cheesecake. It looks absolutely delicious. You do need to put this in a fridge overnight in order for it to firm up. So that's what we are going to do, and then we will give it a taste in the morning. For you, it will be right now. It is the next day. It's 10 a.m. in the morning. So, but I really want to taste this cheesecake and get this video edited for you guys. So let's give it a taste. It looks delicious. So this is what it looks like. Let's give it a taste. Oh boy, this is delicious. I like this better than I liked the pumpkin parfait that I made. This is really, really, really good. Excellent. Probably, I want to say it's probably one of my favorite pumpkin recipes that I have made. It's really good. So be sure to try it. I will have the recipe linked down below. And that is it for today's video, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you are liking these recipes. Once again, please let me know down in the comments. I would love to hear from you. And thanks for watching. We will see you guys next time.